The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What's up, everybody? How are you? Welcome to a Wednesday episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault, live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book. Same handle for Twitter X. We are replayed on Sirius XM channel 159 and on Sports Grid every single night. You see Dave on there quite a bit. I've been off for a little bit because of the college basketball stuff. We'll pick it back up in April. Dave is wearing his Fred Lynn special to pay off the wager because he said the Boston Bruins weren't going to win last night. Boy, did they win last night, cashing my over 98.5 points in explosive fashion. How are you on this Wednesday, sir?
You know that I'm on the air every day on Sports Grid right now, anyway, from 5 to 7 Pacific.
Correct.
You know that I'm working.
Correct.
You still sent me a text as soon as the Bruins won.
Correct.
And I'm like, this mother... He's bothering me while I'm talking to Wetzel. And I'm like, I can't believe they won. That really just happened. Like, Florida was in control. It was 3-2. I thought it was done. And it wasn't. But this one here this will bring back a lot of memories for the youth, you know, for us old guys.
What youth? Not the youth.
Makes me think of the Red Sox in the 70s and
Correct.
the 80s.
Correct. It's the white. If you
Right.
have the white on the V-neck, that's what makes it the old school Red Sox 70s because they got rid of that.
Right.
And
that
that's just a fifth option whenever they're bored and they want to pull out that the Red Sox will pull that out whenever they want to wear something.
Yes.
They're bored.
I love this logo. I love that. Jim Rice I love Jim Rice. I thought Fred Lynn was cool. He wasn't with them long enough to really get attached. He's more Angels, that I remember. But yeah. So listen, the Boston.
Mark it
stuff
down.
is cool.
It is currently 11:30 Pacific AM, Wednesday, the 27th of March. The Boston Red Sox will be the third wildcard team in the American League.
What?
The Boston Red Sox will be the third wildcard team in the American League.
You doing them edible things in the morning again?
Nope. I'm telling you right now.
What?
I have been reading. I have been watching.
Reading?
I have been listening.
Watching?
I have been going through.
Listening? What?
Watch out. That's all I got to say. The expectations couldn't be lower. This is where Alex Cora does his best work. When there is no pressure, there is no expectation.
No
and this is how the guy won the World Series.
No expectations.
There's none. There's absolutely zero for the Red Sox. There's
Really?
absolutely everyone expecting them to stink. And the more that I listen to my guy Lou Merlone talk, the more that I listen to people and see in Boston looking at the kids, looking at what they've got at first base.
Oh, God.
Looking at, Tommy Lorenzo said it. There's a guy on the Red Sox roster that he's 500-1. He bet him to win the MVP.
Listen, Tommy Lorenzo takes shots. Tommy Lorenzo puts it out there. I love Tommy Lorenzo. He's a Dodger fan.
Yes, he
He's
is.
used to winning. He makes wrong decisions too sometimes. He also said the Pirates were going to be sneaky good too.
Cubs are winning the division.
Oh, my
Cubs are winning that division. I disagree. There's so
You're
much
pandering to the Chicago audience because
There's
you're
so
going there in a
no.
week.
There's so much. There is so
Right.
much hype around the Pirates to win the division in the gambling space that it's not happening. There's too many people. I've seen it like 15 times in the last 4 days. Pirates 12-1 to win the Central. Pirates 13-1 to win the Central. Everyone's on it.
That's not good.
That's not good.
I don't want to hear that.
That's not. And no one's talking about the Cubs. No one's talking about the Cubs.
Talking about the Cubs. They all talk about the Cubs every year. Nobody's talking about the Brewers. That's the thing. That's the one.
Because you can't talk about the Brewers because they don't score. I mean, they don't
Easy
score.
on the
And they
Milwaukee.
lost
Easy on the Milwaukee, besmirching.
They lost their best
Maybe
pitcher.
there someday.
They lost their best pitcher, and they don't score any offense.
Oh,
I mean, and the Reds just lost one of their best infielder to a diving, fooling around in the infield, dove and popped his shoulder out. It's out for 4 months. Young kid the Reds were going to rely on at second base is gone
just
for.
got a question in the chat from Stevie Anderson. How could he order a Pirates BVB hat? Is there a number I can call? You guys know the number. 702-870-570. 702-570-8255. There it is right there. 570-TALK. Text the number. We're getting texts in the middle of the night.
We are because it's Sports Grid, replays on Sports Grid.
Has anybody called you recently on that?
No one. They have learned their lesson. They're
Text.
not calling. They're texting,
Text
but they're not
only.
calling. So I thank you that. I thank you for that. We're only texting. Don't call.
Yes.
Tomorrow being opening day, it kind of snuck up on me a little bit. I'll admit. I
You're
really
not doing the show every day. What do you mean it snuck up on you? What are you talking about?
the excitement of it. Like normally, like opening day is a big deal to me. Like
Yes.
opening day is a really special event, and it's
Yes, it
something
is.
where like having baseball back and having, you learn about so many new young players. The Royals have this left-hander that I was reading all about today that's 14-1 to win the Cy Young
Oh,
that everyone's all in love with. And I was like,
Yes.
okay, that's interesting. Get a chance to watch him and see what he does in a ballpark that is difficult to score runs in. So, you have a chance to go and potentially have a good season there. The Colorado Rockies are going to be absolutely awful.
terrible.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. They're projected at Fangraphs to have almost negative 200 run differential in Coors Field.
Yeah.
They're
That's
going to
not
trade
good.
away everyone. The White Sox are going to be the second worst team in baseball. They're going to trade away Luis Robert at some point in the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
He's on the trade block, so they're going to get rid of any talent that the White Sox have. So you talk about two teams you want to be fading early in the year. White Sox and the Rockies are going to be god-awful from Jump Street. They're going to be horrific. Here's a bet you guys can make that somebody.
I didn't realize that we were doing the AL Central.
That's just fun. I did a lot of work last
segment
night
on the
so
show. This is, like
somebody brought
JC
this
from
up.
KC just came in the chat and said, P-Road, how are you just learning about Cole Ragans now?
Because Cole Ragans was good at the end of last year. I wouldn't bet him to win the Cy Young. I'm just saying people are talking about him. People are out there saying he's going to win the Cy Young. I don't believe that.
I mean, listen, they were betting him last year.
I'm not just finding out about
August,
Cole Ragans.
yeah,
I'm talking about people
September.
betting him to win the Cy Young. I don't think he's a Cy Young caliber pitcher, but he's a lefty in a big ballpark, and everyone's saying that he's added this slider from last season to now. He's added a third pitch. I don't know how in the hell, according to John Morosi of MLB Network, his fastball is registering 4 miles per hour faster in spring training than last year.
Uh-huh.
How's that possible?
Talking about sometimes you get loose, sometimes you relax the back muscles.
Okay.
You do some other exercises where you get that
sure.
back loosened up. You know what I'm saying?
I told you that my steroid era radar is going ding, ding, ding whenever I hear stuff like that. So I go, okay, but it's fine.
There he goes.
We'll see where we go. But I'm just saying it's all good. Whenever I hear a guy going through 4 miles per hour faster in the big leagues, okay, sure. Great. But it's wild to look at some of the, there's a bet out right now that somebody brought up to me on MGM. You guys can go bet MGM.
Okay.
I think it's 4-1, I believe.
Okay.
Will the Baltimore Orioles open the year 5-0?
Who they playing?
It's a pretty easy schedule.
Who they playing?
Hold on, I'll give you the breakdown. They are it's plus 650. Excuse me, plus 650 on this.
I was going to say plus 450 ain't enough.
Yeah, plus 650, and then open 5-0 on the regular season. They played the Angels and the Royals in their first 5 games.
Now you were just hyping up the Royals.
A pitcher on the Royals, not the Royals team.
I mean, they got to win 5 in a row, all at home.
Yeah, I believe it's at home. Yes.
Well, there is no believe. This is like Yoda. Like there is no try, there is do. They are either home or they are not.
Hold on,
I believe.
I'll tell you the. I will tell you the. I will tell you the exact schedule for the Baltimore Orioles and who
we
is
can
pitching.
figure out the parlay.
Who
Let's
is
figure
pitching
out the
on
parlay.
this? Okay.
What's the opening day number?
Burns, Sandoval at home.
That's good.
Rodriguez goes at home. We don't know the pitcher yet for the Angels.
That's fine.
Wells goes for the Orioles. We don't know the pitcher yet for the Angels. They play Kremer pitches against Waka, and then it's Irvin against we don't know. So first three are the Angels, then 2 against the Royals to open up 5-0.
All right, so Burns is opening day against Sandoval for the Angels.
Yep.
Man, I'm so excited. I love clicking my baseball tab and seeing all those baseball lines. I absolutely love it. You want to talk about we do the favorite thing about today at the end of the show, but man, that's my favorite thing about today right now is just opening up that baseball tab and going, whoa, look at all them numbers. Oh, it's so exciting. So minus 180 to start with Burns.
Yep.
Pull up your parlay calculator and let's go minus 180. Let's go minus 160. Let's go minus, no, they're probably about the same. Minus 180, minus 170.
Okay.
And then did you say at home? For
all
three
five
against
are at home.
Okay.
And it's Wells pitching. Tyler Wells pitching for the Orioles.
Okay, so we'll go minus 180. Type in minus 180, minus 170, minus 145.
Okay.
Minus 160. And minus 130. Five games.
11-1.
You're getting plus 650.
Interesting.
Don't do it.
Wow. How about that?
Don't do it. Just roll it over. Start with 100. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. There you go.
How about that?
That's how a numbers guy, how an odds guy figures it out. Don't fall for that Fugazi shit. That was for you, Will. Get that one out of the way early. If you bet me to say the first swear word, cash the ticket.
Ding.
Fired up today. Fired up.
Interesting. 11-1 on the rollover.
Yeah. How about that? Meet me outside. How about that?
Roger, I don't think I agree with this early in the year.
Pitching across.
Is pretty weak overall. Even the best get hit around part of the time, yes. But I actually think that we're going to see a lot of low-scoring games. I had to go back. I was pulling research last night, Dave. Starting games on March 28th, this doesn't happen. Like, there's not historical data to go back and find teams that played on March 28th.
No, this is early.
Like, multiple games in March is not typical. This is very rare to have multiple games being played in March.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Let's just
really
say
early.
it for what it is. Yeah.
I don't hate it, though.
What?
I mean, I don't hate it.
You ain't at the game in the cold places.
True, but I don't hate the start time. I don't start in terms of pushing the season forward.
Wait a second.
What?
How could this happen already?
What?
They just postponed the Brewers and the Mets game tomorrow.
Yeah, because that's fine. If it's going to rain.
It just got postponed.
It might be snowing. Is it snowing in the Midwest?
No.
Yeah, weather could be a factor for sure.
Baseball in March is shit.
If you do it, you just have to go down, like go south. I've said it before, west and south.
You have to what?
You have to go to the south, west and the south.
You didn't say that the first time.
I said you have to go south. Yes.
You did not say that. You said you have to go down.
Yeah, down south. Down south. Yes. To go down south. You must go down south to go play baseball. I've always said this. There should be a law and a rule that says there should not be any games being played north of the Mason-Dixon line before April 10th.
Can't give the teams all the games when the kids are in school.
Yes, I don't care about the kids at school. I care about having games being postponed.
The attendance.
Yeah, or you get people sick. You get fans who will get you 500 fans in the ballpark. Like, what's the point of it? It's dumb. Guys get hurt.
All true.
It's dumb. I mean, I don't understand. Like, I made 2 bets last night for opening day. They're both domes. So it doesn't,
I canceled the first game.
Yeah, because normally, I don't know how.
Wait, no, they took it back. It doesn't say postpone no more. I don't know. That's BS. It just said postpone, but I didn't hit refresh.
Well, maybe they're starting to look at it and they just, they're not exactly positive they're going to postpone it. But my gut tells me, let me see. Did they build in a day? So it's which day? Which game was it again?
That's Thursday, the first game.
Baltimore in LA?
No, Mets in Milwaukee.
Mets in Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, right?
No, at the Mets. They're playing the Dome in Milwaukee.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. It's retractable roof, right? That's not a dome, right? Oh, there it is. It's postponed. Yeah. No, it's postponed. They postponed it. Yeah. So let's see. Did the Mets build in to their schedule?
Oh.
Did they build in a day?
They don't play the next day. They're not on the schedule the next day.
That's why. So that's they always do that. Yeah. So Friday. Right. So they moved it to Friday. That's Red Sox do that too. They always have like an opener. They have a day. Hold on. You know what?
Malusis? Yeah. Me and Peralt are on the air right now. Say hello to our entire audience, please.
What's going on, guys? How are you? I apologize. What's up, Dave?
That's right. You don't pay attention to the show, Malusis. That's ridiculous. That's not right.
No. It's East Coast. I'm all over the place.
Well, listen, we're all over the place here too, Moose. I have a question for you. Did they just postpone the Mets game on Thursday? Have you heard this?
Yes, it's going to be a 1:40 start on Friday.
Breaking news to the brigade, P-Rolt. We got Moose driving in his car in the NYC. This is what we do right here on the Bostonian versus the book. Moose, can I call you after the show?
Yes, I apologize for it.
You know I love you. That's okay. I'm wearing, don't tell anybody back there, but I'm wearing Boston Red Sox stuff from top to bottom. I look like Fred Lynn, P-Rolt said.
Oh, I love it. Well,
okay.
Have a good show.
I'll talk to you later.
You got it.
Bye.
Hi, Moose.
Completely unplanned.
Of course. That's good, though. So we got confirmation that the game will be played on Friday. So if you have a bet that was placed on the Mets and the Brewers, that game has been moved. So you got to rebet most likely to Friday for you for opening day. But they do that because you're going to pull the kids out of school. They want everyone. I mean, it's a holiday. I mean, it really, in places like Boston and New York, opening day is a holiday. So if you schedule it for a long time, you got to give people a pretty big lead up saying, hey, no. We're doing it Friday now.
Did you ever skip school to go to opening day?
Of course. I skipped school to go to Red Sox games, period.
Listen, I don't need to know the other reasons why you skip school. I've heard the rumors. We don't need Mama P texting us right now.
She knows. I told you. If I missed 2 more days of school my senior year, they wouldn't let me graduate. They wouldn't have given me my diploma.
This is not a public service announcement at all. Do not do that. Okay? Don't get under 2 days.
I got a college degree. I got into school. I got a career. 20 years later, I'm still working in the damn medium. So
thank God.
You don't need to go to school, kids.
Give the people their first poll of the day to vote on. Have you ever skipped school or work to go to opening day? Nikki, tell them, if you never skip school to go watch a game, are you really living? No, absolutely. Guys, tell the truth. Girls, tell the truth in the vote. This should be an easy slam dunk. Everybody, almost 100% says yes to this. If you say no,
yeah, but you were like goody two shoes, though. Did you ever do that? You hated. You would never skip school. Did you do it
for baseball?
Yeah,
100%.
Oh, okay,
100%. My mother didn't understand it, but my dad was like, "They're going to the baseball game. It's okay." Like this was when the dads had to step in. This speaks volumes of the UMass admission.
But
that was a shot.
It's
UMass don't have to catch strays.
Well, it's okay, but there is some truth to that because when I went to school at UMass, it was a good school. But I would like to thank. Oh wow, your brother's calling you out. Oh no, see, I thought so. You're Mr. Goody Two Shoes, so like,
what are you talking about?
I thought there might be some truth to this. I was like,
this kid, brother Dan just turned 50.
He just exposed you. Exposed
100%. In 7th grade, 8th grade, we went to the games. Our cousin Zale took us to the game.
Oh.
Took us to the World Series game, too. Game 3, 1979 World Series. Cousin Dale took us. Brother Dan doesn't remember yesterday.
All right. I'm just saying, I given how you were so anti-doing stuff in high school, I was surprised to hear that you would have skipped school to go
very square.
to go do that. I was not, but I mean, UMass now versus UMass when I was in school. UMass was a good school when I went there, but they upped right when we left, like literally 20 years after I graduated. They turned UMass into one of the more difficult schools to get into in the whole Northeast. And so my degree, which hangs on the wall over there, my degree is worth way more now than it was when I graduated.
Oh,
people were like, "Oh, you went to UMass? Oh, all right." It carries way more weight than when I went there and I got out. It was like, "Oh, okay, UMass is a good school," but they changed. Like when my little sister tried to apply to UMass, it was impossible to get in. Like it's incredibly hard now.
Is that good?
Good. They decided to make UMass was copying like the North Carolina system.
Yeah.
So like there's UNC Greensboro and UNC Wilmington, right? But UNC Chapel Hill is the one everyone wants to go to, and that's a really hard school to get into.
Right.
UMass Amherst is that version now.
Right.
So there's UMass Boston, there's UMass Lowell, there's UMass Dartmouth. Those schools are easier to get into than getting into Amherst.
Right.
So Ross, it was called ZooMass when my dad went there. My dad graduated from UMass. That was in the 70s. That's when it was called ZooMass. That's no more the same way like it used to be. It used to be one of the number one party schools in the country. It used to be like going to Madison to go to University of Wisconsin.
You know what? I'm rethinking all this. I'm thinking maybe Brother Dan did not go. Maybe I went.
Oh.
By myself.
Oh.
Like, I'm just thinking, now that you're bringing back all these, you're talking about UMass and different things. I'm thinking about, went to a lot of games by myself.
Oh. Best reference to baseball in a movie. This movie, right?
Yeah, Ferris Bueller going to the Cubs game. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch. Think about it. There's a bunch. You guys can type that in the chat.
Not baseball movie. A movie with a baseball reference.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Ferris Bueller was pretty good.
Yeah. What about the one where James Belushi and Charles Grodin? Do you remember where he escaped from prison?
Showing your age.
He caught a ball at the Cubs World Series game on TV and got busted, and they brought him back to jail because of it.
Yeah,
he caught a foul ball. He was on TV. I forget what the name of that movie was. I'll have to find it. Penn State did the same thing. Penn State, a Naked Gun was good when he did the umpire.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, he did the split in the umpire. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Naked Gun was good. Watch that movie, kids. You haven't seen Naked Gun.
There's a bunch. We'll list them all throughout the summer. There'll be a bunch of movie references and stuff because we got a great group of people in here watching in the chat.
I want to rent that. I want to try to rent, but I'm in Chicago. I want to rent Ferris Bueller's Day Off's car. It'd be fun to drive that around.
You're going to be busy doing other stuff. Don't worry.
This is true.
Taking care of business. That's the name of the song. That's the name of the movie.
And the weather.
Stevie Mac.
If anybody has any pull with Mother Nature, leave it exactly the way it's supposed to be right now. A week from Friday.
You're looking at the meteorology portion of the show is happening right now, boys and girls. He's looking at 10-day forecast for his trip to Chicago. The weather can change in Chicago on a dime.
That's why I'm scared to death.
I don't even know why you're looking.
Because as of right now, it's a beautiful, unbelievable, gorgeous day. We secured the tickets for the Cubs this morning. We secured the tickets for the Blackhawks yesterday.
Oh, so
we're good on both. We're heading to both games. Indoors, obviously, for the Blackhawks doesn't really matter, but they're both day games, which I have. Which do you prefer, day or night, to go to games?
For which sport?
Either, any sport.
I mean, it's different for each sport. I love the day games for the baseball, and hockey games are at night.
I love day games for everything.
Yeah.
Now, the performance isn't as good. The players are better in hockey and basketball. They're better at night. The games are better. They're more in tuned. But for my schedule, you get me out of a game at 4:00, 5:00. I'm the happiest person on the planet. Like, go get a dinner, go do something else. In love with it. Absolutely in love with it. I love day, going day baseball, day hockey. Perfect.
Day.
Absolutely.
Day.
Yes. When am I heading out? Friday morning, Sonic. First light, Friday morning.
Not this Friday, the following Friday.
Yes, boat tour tickets have been secured. Yes, on Sunday that has been secured. That is happening, and I'm getting sent the weather forecast saying, "See, you were crying for nothing." So,
I mean, you do that all the time. You cry about stuff all the time on socials. I get text every day from someone else about your social media. Every single day.
why don't they text me? DM me, you coward.
They will not.
God, what is he, dad? You know, go run to dad. Go, hey, Matt did this on social media. Oh no, my goodness.
I heard this morning you got by a fake account.
Yeah, I did. I had to delete it. That was annoying. Yeah, that was
2 people sent me a text. I'm out walking, trying to breathe, get some sun, get some air, look at the mountains. I'm getting text.
That's
2
the brigade.
nonstop text. 1, P. Roll got a fake account. He got. And I'm like, please, can you bother him? Just respond to him on social.
I got by a brigade member. Steve Anderson blew it. That was from him.
Anderson set you up?
That was him.
Mr. Anderson.
He's the one. He had DM me super apology. I'm sorry. I said, dude, you got to check your sources. You're going to DM me and send me these messages. I'm running around like crazy. I just see it on my phone going, oh my God. This is like, because I could believe it though. I mean, I could believe that the fake account reported that Ed Cooley was leaving Providence after 1 year. I believe that. I mean, him jumping ship after 1 year wouldn't be stunning given how poorly things went at Georgetown.
So,
and then I looked at it, and then a buddy of mine sent me a message and said, that's fake. And I was like, what? And I went and looked at the guy's Twitter handle, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's fake. And I deleted it.
Okay.
But yes.
So that was the first thing that I got. And then because I responded right away, I'm like, what is it about? And they sent me the thing about it was the coaching thing or whatever. And I was like, it's fine. And I looked at your account and it was already deleted. I'm like, he deleted it. Don't worry about it. The second thing I got.
It happens, Stevie. It happens. Yeah. I told you in the DMs, I said, you got to be careful what you send that to me. And Dave, you tag us, you guys, CBW, same thing. You guys, we love what you do, but just make sure that when you tag us, it's real. Like, make sure you don't send us anything because we may, like me, not check it. That's on me. I didn't check it, but I just assumed you guys were on it. And if you're going to send it to us, that it was an actual report, and it wasn't. So
the second thing was the panic-stricken texts, calls about the college sports props ban. What's going on? Have you heard? I'm like, relax.
Yeah.
Everybody breathe. It's going to be okay. But sorry, Will, what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
So let's get into it. Okay. Let's start the show there. The NCAA wants to ban all prop betting on college sports. This is now a nationwide push by Charlie Baker and the NCAA. They're going to the states that are legal, that have not banned prop betting on college athletics, and asking them to ban it, to follow suit with states like Pennsylvania that do not allow you to bet on college prop betting as of right now. They're worried about harassment, integrity issues, and just it's been a really bad week for the sports betting industry. Let's just call a spade here. It's been brutal right now over the last couple of weeks. Story after story after story after story with bad news. We had Matt Metcalf, who's now with a company called Mojo, formerly of Circus Sports.
Yep.
And we asked him this question. The clip is on our YouTube channel. Look on the YouTube shorts. It's on there. And you can see Matt's answer, but he was concerned about pushing it underground. He said, if you make it illegal, you're going to push this to the underground market. Do you agree?
If somebody is going to, the exact quote that he said, I believe on the short, which again, guys, if you're not subscribing to the YouTube channel, please do. If you haven't hit the like button, we fell under the like number yesterday. We need, again, 89.5 is the number on a Wednesday. We need you to hit the like button every time you come in the door or out the door if you're watching the show live. That's all I ask. We're not selling anything. He said it in that quote. If you don't fill that need, someone else will. If you do, you better watch it. Now, what I told this person today was what I've said on this show. These third-party odds providers provide this stuff. They don't take none of the risk. Hey, P-Roll, I'm going to give you this. You take all the risk. My price is good. you look at me like, Dave, what do you mean? How do you know your price is good? Well, just this. Don't worry about it. I got it nailed down. Think of one college basketball player that's playing on Thursday. Think of his name. I don't have my schedule in front of me right now. Give me the first game on Thursday. Give me a player for Illinois or Iowa State right now.
RJ Davis from North Carolina is playing.
Okay. Yeah, he's playing. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's the first game out west. Or that's the second game. RJ Davis, points. 22.5. Dave, that seems a little high. That's a number. Put it up. Everybody bets you under. You lose. You call me. Go, Dave, that number was off. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost 18,000 on that, Dave. Sorry. I'll do better next time. I'm paying you for the numbers, Dave. Yeah. Well, okay. Sounds like a good deal for you, no, doesn't it? From the book's perspective. Now, the NCAA is telling everybody, don't do college sports betting. Props. I'm you as the book. I go, perfect. I ain't got to pay for that service no more. I don't have to book that stuff. You guys won't let me. Okay. Easy. That's an easy out for the books. Boom.
Does it need to be?
You don't want it.
Does it need to be made illegal?
Yeah. I mean,
because there's a reason why I'm asking this, because if you go to the books and say, will you voluntarily not book college props? And they say, yes, we'll pull it back. That's a complete windfall for the prop betting parlay apps.
Correct.
That's a monster thing.
Correct.
If you make it illegal to do it,
right.
It's a death sentence to some of these parlay prop betting apps.
Yes and yes. But if you don't make it illegal, somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to say, yes, they'll do it. They'll pull back, and then they won't because they'll have a fear of not taking bets on it. Or, oh, that other company's doing it. Oh, we're going to lose market share.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it used to, this would come up around this time every year. I would stand on a table in a room and say, we're not doing draft betting. We're not doing the draft betting. Why, Dave? 1, we can't win. 2, it's bad handle. 3, let them do it. Let's focus on the games, the stuff that people are betting. Let's focus on the sides and the totals. Let's start working on the season wins. Let's sharpen those numbers. Stuff that people are going to bet. We're going to take for months. Let's change some future prices around.
What do you think the handle?
Real business.
What's the handle for college prop betting offshore?
Oh, it's funny you asked that, sir, because I was on the phone with a couple people that actually look at the numbers.
Okay.
Whoa! I was up early again today. I went to sleep. I got a lot of sleep. I got out and got some sun because it's sunny outside.
It is.
If I
gorgeous.
get sun and sleep,
look out.
Look out. All right. 2023.
Oh, you have the actual numbers.
Oh,
my.
We're not. Listen, this is the not fucking around crew. Okay. We're being serious. We've been in this business a long time. We got people that get numbers like I'm a button away from the 2023 percentage of total handle in the state of Illinois. Okay. The place you're going. Big state, a lot of handle, right? What do you think the percentage of college sports handle in the state of Illinois? A big legal market.
What prop betting is?
Nope,
college sports prop betting?
Sports versus pro sports.
Oh.
Total handle.
15%?
14.1%.
Close.
Very good number, P-Roll. You're getting this. This is working. I don't want to ask you what you make a game sometimes, but it's good to know that you're sharpening up your numbers. Total handle, 14.1%.
Okay.
College sports handle. Props of that handle.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 1%.
I don't know if Brennan worked for a book or not, but I don't need to tread lightly about fucking anything. So just FYI, I'm not treading lightly about anything.
Hey, Brennan.
So
How
go
you
ahead.
doing, Brennan?
So either you
Prop
work
betting is a huge market. Where?
Who do you work for, Brennan? Because I would love to find that out.
Where?
Because as we say, guys, they watch the show. No one just comes in and writes that saying, I'm sure the sports book would push back on that unless you're working in some way with the sports book. Just FYI.
No, listen, it's fine. It's fine. I was getting text last night. I tweeted an article that was written by Mike Seeley, who I know, who had quotes about prop betting. And the question asked in the article was, why would a sports book take prop bets?
On college or any prop bets?
Period.
Oh, well, I mean, prop betting, I think professional prop betting in football in particular is a large market.
It is.
In the NFL.
It's large enough. It is. But sports books existed a long, long time before prop betting.
Yeah, but it's been since 1986 we've had prop betting. It's not like it happened yesterday.
It's been
around for a while.
You had prop betting on the Super Bowl. You didn't have prop betting on the leading score in the Lakers and the Bucks game.
Yeah, but that was just an evolution of the once you bet it in the Super Bowl, it's just an evolution. You're going to do it in every game then. I mean, I think prop betting, you and I have argued about this forever, but I think there are a lot of people that only bet props. That's what they enjoy betting, is just betting props.
Yep.
And it's on the professional sports, and they want to keep betting on pro sports props.
That's
the college
true.
sports props is what's caused this whole problem. That's where it's gone down into the area of like, where exactly is the line that you draw to say, okay, we're not going to allow college kids who miss a free throw to have some guy bet his over 24.5 points and he ends with 24. And that missed free throw causes the kid to get screamed at by some idiot on the way off the court. Like that's the line we're talking about as to what they want to draw.
We have to delineate between the two, college and pro.
I would agree. Yes.
Okay. One, the college sports prop betting market wouldn't even set off a blip on a radar screen if it went away and never happened again tomorrow.
Which is why I think you should kill it.
Ever.
Yeah, kill it. Because if it doesn't make a difference to the bottom line and all it is headaches and causes problems, kill it. Just get rid of it. It doesn't matter.
But if you do, counselor, how far are you going to go? Because Bill Bradley tried to ban college sports betting, period.
Well, that's stupid.
Okay. So
that's dumb. Yeah.
Back in the day, that's the step that comes next. It's always the move behind the move in the book. My whole life.
Look, it's
talking about always where the line's going to go.
Look, we're doing this right now in our country with I'm not going to just bring it up because it's a comparison. I'm not trying to talk about it, but like the abortion debate is the same thing going on right now in the country. Okay. It's like, where's the line? And if you go and give an inch, they think you're going to give up 25 miles.
Right.
So neither side's going to give up an inch because they're afraid of the 25 miles, which if common sense comes in and people have a common sense conversation about this, it should calm everybody down. Say, look, we're going to allow gambling on college sports. You can't bet on individual markets involving a player.
Right.
That's the difference. Well, if Bill Bradley comes in and says, well, if you're going to give me that, I want the 25 miles, then get the fuck out of here. Like,
right.
Now we're going into a whole different world and a whole different issue. And I can't stand that. Okay.
Yep.
But like common sense conversations about giving up a little because it makes sense. No one's going to freak out.
Right.
Give up the college sports betting. Like give it up. Like give up that little tiny bit. And then allow college sports gambling to continue with totals, halftime lines.
Hold on, you're frozen.
Sorry.
Hold on. Your audio was working, but your face was frozen. Mikey's going to get you. You were like this. All right, so now I can hear you.
Still frozen?
No, you're good.
Interesting, because the line, it says I'm still frozen up there. I just don't understand, like, if you're Bill Bradley, I hate that. I hate the idea that if we say, go ahead and take college prop betting off the market and kill it, that now you get to feel like you're emboldened. And now I'm going to go, okay, get rid of all of it. I was right. I told you, get rid of all of it. It's nothing but problems. No. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just I can't stand that in this country. I feel like there's so many people who, if we sat down in a room and had a conversation about stuff, we have so much common ground until we get out into the public space and all of a sudden we're just blowharding and saying things that are totally about clicks and eyeballs and getting attention and not being just logical about it.
Right.
Like, just be logical about it and not have to roll everything back to have, oh, you give me a little? Great. I'm taking everything. And that's what Bradley's trying to do. And I know people think that betting on college sports is a bad idea. It's been going on for eons. It's been going on forever. Like, stopping it, making it illegal is absolutely stupid in my mind.
Well, yeah, but you know where it's not going to ever be illegal?
Offshore.
Never.
Never.
Ever. If you want to make it illegal, drive the business to where you keep talking about not wanting to drive it to. Think it through. Like, that's not it. It's, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's not going back in. Not now, not ever. Use your head. Now, if you ban it on college, will you ban it on pros? What's
No.
the difference?
There's a monster difference between a professional athlete and a college athlete.
There is, right?
Monster. All you're doing, you're playing.
But why? If you're going to ban it in college because you don't want the kids or the athletes or the coaches to hear all the negativity, or you don't want to leave yourself open for a fix.
Okay.
Or, give me all the reasons why you want to ban it.
Well, that's
and
easy.
We can tell you,
look,
okay,
this is
yes
easy to
or
me.
No,
this is easy.
Do these apply to the pros?
This is easy to me. You keep professional sports betting at a $500 maximum.
Oh, wow.
That's easy to me. That's simple.
Okay, so a $500 maximum individual bet, but what about the same game parlays that we round robin?
You know how I feel about same game.
People.
You know how I know about same game. If they took away same game parlays tomorrow, I'd be happy. So
now you've done it. There we go. That's it. We're never getting off late night, and we're never getting a sportsbook sponsor.
That's fine. I mean, it's if you ask me, like, what do I think we should be doing? Same game parlays are great for the book. It's awful for the player. The book, I get why the book puts it up. I mean, it makes total sense. Yep. I know why they do it. It's really hard to hit it. It is really enticing and fun to go, oh, I got a $10 bet to win $1,000. This is great. It's really hard to hit it. You hit it once every 30 times or whatever, if you're lucky to come in and hit those things. So, like, to me, if you got rid of same game parlays, okay, I'm cool with that. The books would be furious about that, but that would eliminate a lot of the books that aren't actually wanting to book the games. Because the work that it takes to actually book the games means you have to figure out how to get yourself into these situations where I can't just rely on my bottom line being padded by, 6, 8, 12%, 15%, 20% hold on same game parlays.
Yep.
I actually have to do the work. I actually have to go and book the games and have somebody in the room who knows how to book the games.
Yeah, or at least somebody in the room that could spot the scam.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. They're betting Conte Porter props under. Whoa, hold on, bloop. Limit play, bloop. Hold on. What? They're betting him under. What's going on with it? Who is that guy? What? Why do we have a prop on a guy that may play 6 minutes? Who gave us that prop? Who's responsible for that number? Wait a second. Wait, how'd they all know about that? Hold on. Was that in somebody's Discord group? Do we have a Discord group?
We do.
What is it?
TheBVBshow.com.
You may not get all these hot smoking plays in there. You know what you're going to get? Real honest discussion. And you're going to get maybe relationships made in there where you're meeting people from all over the country. And when we come to do a show, they come and meet each other and hang out. Hi, Longs. Nate Long, Roger Long. I'm talking about you. Escondido, California, Francisco Ochoa. Right. But you might need somebody, a grown-up in the room. I'm not saying the guys that are doing it now, all of them don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying you may need to watch. You may need to book the games. You may, if you're a third-party odds provider, which we might, though, as you're getting really good with this, you're really getting good with this numbers. Me and you, we could do the BVB odds provider service. We could do it consulting. We could do it. We could do it. Somebody set up a consulting thing. We could send them the numbers because you don't have to book it. It's great.
There's no risk.
Season win number.
There's no
You'll
risk.
send 6, and you will get buried on the under. And they'll go, Dave, what did you let P-Rod send it out for? Listen, it's the BVB. We do this shit together. I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was 4.5. You know,
that's awesome.
That's great, right?
Absolutely. If you could book games and put numbers up with no risk, that's a dream. That's a dream. And get paid for it. Somebody pays you, and you have no risk. It would be amazing. That's a dream scenario, but that's where
fairy tale land.
It's reality today, though. It's fairy tale land, but it's reality right now. I mean, that exists. That happens. And look, I mean, I think there's a lot of questions. I'm a type of person that when I really get into something, I like to learn how it works. Okay. I'm not an engineer, but I love to know how car engines work. I love to know how these different things in our phones, how does it work? How does Wi-Fi work? Like, I just like to know these things.
Did you take the stuff apart when you were a kid?
No, I'm not smart enough to do any of that stuff. No, I just like to know. I like to read about it. I like to know the general principle as to how it works. How am I doing this? Just for my own knowledge, but also just in case I feel like uncomfortable. Like, that feels weird. Like when I learned how microwaves worked, I was like, I don't really like microwaves. They freak me out. Like it's like that's, microwaves are really weird. It's like we just bring them in our houses and like we do all these different things and use them as, the same thing with like the Alexas we all have in our houses. Like I tell my kids in my class all the time, like we as a society voluntarily put a spy into our houses.
No, I didn't let that Alexa stay in this house very long.
Okay, but fine. But there is a spy.
That thing home. I said, we ain't talking to that. I don't know who's listening to all of that.
If you have an Alexa in your house, if you have a button or I have the tower, if you have those things, you have a spy in your house. We allow our phones to listen to us all the time. These things are spy devices. Like this is a device that's constantly listening to everything you say because there's no way you could do the talk to text and turn it on when it's off by saying, hey, and I won't say it because everyone's phone will go crazy, but you say that person's name on the phone and it clicks on and goes, how can I help you? Okay. It's listening all the time.
Almost got him.
Okay. It's listening all the time.
All the time.
And we don't. So like, I like to know that. I want to know like, okay, I'm okay with apps tracking me as long as you tell me you're doing it. I get very aggravated if I find out about if I find an app is tracking what I'm doing and selling my information. I'll delete that. I'll delete it in 2 seconds. I don't care what the app is, and we don't know really what X is doing, but if we ever find out, we know some shady stuff going on right now.
Hello.
So,
X.
that's just where I am with everything. So with sports betting, this is where I think a lot of people are starting to ask those questions as to like, okay, hold on a second. How is this being done? Why is this being done? And we're talking about money, real dollars being exchanged here. This is not play money. This is real. So why and how and when are we going to draw lines? I don't know. I mean, it is somewhat arbitrary. I think your point about do you draw a line with pros versus college? To me, I just limit the number of dollars that can be bet on that said market. And the incentive goes away.
Well, that's what I mean. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's the best answer, but that's the only defense right now. And that's we'll offer it, but you can't bet it. And, everybody that's a professional bettor on Twitter comes after books. Like, you guys are, complete wussies. You don't take bets. No, we can't manage it. If I could manage it more, I would.
I love Sonic. I got bored.
I'm an engineer, data scientist. I didn't know how to fly a plane. Got bored one day when learned. There you go. Not to mention, he's our graphics guy. He learned how to do that. He got bored. He said, I like you guys. I like the show.
I love that. I got bored. I just became a pilot. I just got bored.
Let me fly a plane.
That's my retirement. My retirement.
He's flying ours. He's flying.
He can be all right. Absolutely. I want to learn how to fly and own a restaurant.
Not flying a plane.
I am. I will before I die. I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to be a pilot and go to the Air Force. That was one of my first dreams. So I will do that.
a sponsor first, please, before you learn how to fly a plane?
No, I'm talking like when I'm 70. Like I'm talking about
okay.
I'm talking my
And
retirement
then you
plan.
won't have to do nothing other than get in and hit the button.
Pretty much. That'll be fun. It'll be great. It would be like driving like an automatic car. It'd be awesome. I've always said that, like, that's where when I get tired of talking, which I'm 47 in a week. So I anticipate me being tired of talking in about 25 years. So in 25 years, when I'm done tired of talking, I'll go learn how to be a pilot and I'll own a restaurant. Those are that's my retirement plan.
Kind of restaurant.
Probably fine dining, but I really want to have like a really neat, cool place with really unique food.
Fine dining?
Probably, yeah, upscale, most likely. Maybe not fine dining, but upscale. It's what most of my time was spent in restaurants, was in fine dining. So,
I already got my retirement job.
what's that?
If I'm in a city with a baseball team, I'll probably be an usher.
Ooh,
seating people
like
at the
it.
baseball game, so I can go watch all the games. Or I'll be the guy at the beach renting the beach chairs and the umbrellas. I'll be sitting there reading a book, and I'll have my music on and say, "Return the chair at 5:00. Don't make me come pick it up. I'll give you can give me cash. Here's your chair. I'll have it nice and shined up and clean every morning. You can get an umbrella. I might even get the suntan lotion on the side, but I'll be that guy, big ass hat, all probably, sunburnt.
Okay, there we go. I'm gonna hire D Weezy, and we'll go ahead and he'll be my chef,
This guy can cook.
and then we'll be good to go.
We're building a hell of a squad here, son. We're building a hell of a squad.
Sonic's done a lot. I love
Sonic.
Sonic. He's done a lot. How am I going to retire and not talk? That's easy.
Oh my God.
That's true. But I'm not retired of owning a restaurant in a way. It's a lot of work. I do, but it's a good work though. It's a fun amount of work to do that. I'm going to open a vegan F1 themed restaurant.
That's
that's different. Yeah, that'll be my.
That's gonna have a very limited run.
I'm not going to talk in front of people, Vic. Like, it's different talking in front of people versus just talking and yelling at people,
Right.
because every person I've ever met, you have to get used to being yelled at to work in restaurants, and I love that. So, like, you just scream at people and no one cares.
I already know. I mean, all of these are nice. These are great to have dreams, but you know what we're going to be doing in 20 years? We're going to be running our kids' corporations mostly. We're going to be consultants.
Maybe. I don't know. It's Brian. Brian Roof. I'm not putting that on the screen. I just hope that you're kidding. That's all I'm going to say. I just hope you're kidding by that post, because we don't like to talk that way here on this show.
Do they really? How about that?
We don't like to talk.
Rhythm's hot.
They are hot, but we don't talk about those types of things here.
RV and retirement.
Oh, RV and retirement. I can talk me into that. Jordan Montgomery signed with the Diamondbacks.
He did.
How big is this for Arizona here and their chance to get back to the postseason?
That's great for Arizona. That's not good. That's great. They got
1 year, $25 million.
Reliable starter that they can count on. That's got, a left-hander just to help keep close to the Dodgers is good. Like, that's good. I was on with Wetzel yesterday when that signed, and he said, "What do you think?" I said, "That's great." I would make them to make the playoffs. I don't know what the price is, but I would make them a favorite now. Even in that.
Do you
division.
think they're playing for? Because we've seen it, you don't have to win the division. Are they just going to reside to themselves? We're going to win a wild card, and we'll see it in the playoffs.
They're not saying that yet. I mean, you want to believe in the organization. Excuse me, I almost choked on the ice. We're trying to win a division. You realize what you're up against. This sets up your postseason rotation. This is great. But you can't think postseason before the regular season. We got to get there.
Right.
So, I don't know. He didn't go.
For what Boris thought?
I don't know. I mean, 2 days before the regular season starts, you finally sign. I hope he was throwing. I'm sure he was throwing somewhere.
Right.
But I don't know what to expect from him in April without knowing that. Obviously, the Diamondbacks are good with it.
And I agree with this, Jimmy Jack. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but Nerfy's tomorrow, 100%.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
100%.
Here we go.
100% tomorrow.
Oh,
I've already bet two unders. I've already bet 2 unders for tomorrow.
The kids love them.
Yeah, Nerfy's tomorrow for sure.
The Braves and the Phillies are postponed on Thursday.
There must be a nasty East Coast
What the
rain
hell's
system.
going on back there?
It must be just the rain. It must be raining. Oh yeah, wow.
There's no other sport.
So I would say Baltimore probably is on. Baltimore's probably on watch next. Then, if New York and Philadelphia just go down the East Coast, Baltimore's probably the next one on the list.
Tommy Lorenzo's in the chat. Hello, Tommy. He said the D-back season win total went up approximately 1.5 games after the Montgomery signing.
Yeah,
84.5.
It's on the list. We're
Tilo.
going to talk about him. We're going to talk about him for sure.
Oh, is that hinting at better to book it?
It's not better to book it, but it's just part of teams we're going to break down later today. There's two teams I want to talk about to break down where they are. But I think Montgomery's a really big signing for them. It's a good signing for them.
It's
for
as
sure.
much big for them as where he didn't go. He didn't go to Yankees.
Yeah, fair.
Know, right? Like, I mean,
Red Sox
Yankees,
wanted him.
Honestly, I have no idea. The Yankees are running themselves like they're the Royals.
Yep.
I don't mean to besmirch the Royals, JC from KC. Put the earmuffs on. I meant a small market team, like the Pirates, like the Pirates used to be.
I don't understand. I mean, it makes perfect sense for them to go get him, especially on a 1-year deal like that.
It's great.
It's dumb, but hey, all right. Short-term money. You don't want to win? Okay, thanks, Yankees. I appreciate that. Let them go to the National League. Keep them out of the American
Glad
League.
he didn't go to the Dodgers.
Well, that too, right? I mean, for that much money, if shocked the Dodgers didn't go and get him for 1 year, $25 million. It's nothing.
Right.
I mean, take the money you saved from Ohtani's contract.
Starter, second starter, like that would have been. It's a hell of a
1, 2, 3. Yeah, interesting. So he went to go compete with the Dodgers. Kind of give him credit for doing that. All right, what happened last night? The Bucks blow a big lead. They blow my under. I had a 30-point under.
You were 30. So bad. When you text 30. Me, it's like one. I could feel the heat in the text.
30-point under. I had a 30-point under. All you got to do is hit a free throw, Giannis, or hit a layup, both of which were missed. Game goes to overtime. They blow a massive lead.
Yep.
They don't get the win in the first overtime. They go to a double overtime and they lose to the Lakers in double overtime. Doc Rivers, you suck. He's 14-12 as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Huh?
The Boston Celtics are 57-15.
Wait, he's what? 14-12?
14-12.
What was the guy?
30-13.
30-13. They fired the guy that was 30-13.
For a guy who's gone 14-12. Brilliant move, Milwaukee. Just absolutely like complete. I get every move. Totally understand what you did there. Punted your own season.
Wait, does that say Gio to Wop? I'm on these Celtics and Bucks money lines back-to-back F jobs.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
How?
Collapses.
How is that possible, Gio?
Collapses.
That's a couple days. Go touch some grass. Get out in the sun. Go play some pickleball. When that happens back-to-back, what are you doing?
Jimmy Jack, you can't like run around and like pound your chest like I told you.
Jimmy Jack.
That's
here
ridiculous.
We go.
That's absolutely it. That is not because of you knew something that was a complete and utter throwing up all over their bench by the Bucks.
Yeah.
Even after all of that, if Giannis hits a free throw, they win. If he hits the layup at the end that he missed, they win. Like it was that ball was at the rim. It's right there. Anthony Davis did nothing. I thought he fouled him, but did nothing. And Giannis misses it short. Like that whole thing was just, I was aggravated from the second that thing went to overtime. I'm like, I got 30 points. This game's going over. And it went way over. It was a double overtime.
Yeah.
I was ferociously mad about that game last night. And then this article came out last night from Chris Mannix, who now is writing for Athlon Sports, which I thought was pretty interesting about where we are here in the sports betting space. Javonte Porter won't be the last NBA player involved in an alleged sports betting scandal. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has pushed for the expansion of legalized sports gambling since the beginning of his tenure, and now he faces an inflection point. The inflection point is that, well, Javonte Parker is being investigated, but it sounds like that investigation is not going to stop with Javonte Parker, and it's going to continue. Porter, sorry, it's going to continue to go into different avenues, different angles. If you're Adam Silver and you pushed for the legalization of sports gambling across the country, you were the first commissioner to do so. You were largely referenced throughout the court case, and you were pushed by different states, as Adam Silver wants this legalized. He must think it can be done fair. If his league starts to get wrapped up inside of sports betting scandals, is that problematic for Adam Silver in your mind?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Let's answer these questions. Like, what are we doing? You didn't know?
Right.
You didn't know this was going to happen? You didn't take measures to make sure it didn't happen? I don't know. I think it's fair for everybody to ask every commissioner that's dove in. I mean, I personally have seen and heard and been part of the discussions with MLB, you know, asking, I mean, like they haven't done what everyone else has done.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a like an arm's length type of like, well, we'll dip our toes in here. We'll take the money. We'll put their names on the outfield walls, and we'll do some teams and thrust them into pre-games and stuff. But the league that's been the most aggressive getting in bed with the gambling has been, well, is it more basketball than football?
Only because Adam Silver was the first one. I remember going to G2E like in 2019, and Adam Silver was the keynote speaker.
Oh, I still have the ESPN, the magazine, with him on the cover
when he wrote that op-ed.
Yeah,
about it.
Yeah. I still have that.
That was in what, 2016?
Hold on, let me see if I can find that. I might know exactly where it's at.
Okay, I think it was 2016 he wrote that. I can't remember exactly when he wrote that, but Adam Silver, to me, Adam Silver is having a problem because he's been the one to push it the most aggressively. So now Adam Silver has to answer for any problems. The thing that was said yesterday that I found to be most interesting by David Purnham of ESPN.com is he came on and said, even he said, I was surprised at how fast the sports leagues have embraced sports betting and how they didn't go with a more methodical and a more conservative approach. And I think that's been what?
Can't find it.
Okay.
Put my beanie on. I feel like LeBron. Somebody told me yesterday, you wearing a hat beanies like LeBron? LeBron was wearing a red beanie on the sideline yesterday. He was. I've been wearing this thing for 3 months. He's got this house so cold. I wear this beanie all the time.
Interesting point. Do you agree with this? Gambling is the only reason the NBA gets in-season eyes?
Wow. Oh, Nate, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if that's true, because you and I have said this on this show, again, over 500 shows we've done. You've heard me say it almost every day.
Yeah.
You either love the sport or you don't. Fair. And if you don't love the sport, then you love gambling on the sport.
Okay.
Watch it, right? If you don't gamble on it, do you still watch it? Ask that question.
Well, I think, okay, so let's talk about this for a second. So that's why I asked Matt Metcalf about NASCAR when he was on with us at Resorts World.
Yeah.
Because he's been on record. He was one of the best, most successful NASCAR sports bettors, in Vegas.
I saw it live. I saw it happening.
Yeah. So I asked him, like, do you still bet it? He's like, I haven't watched a race since like 2008. Right. So like, that's somebody who made a gigantic impact on the betting on a sport. And he wasn't really a fan of the sport. He was just very good at betting it, finding out information, watching the line move, and getting the best of it. So I think in some ways, to be a successful sports gambler, you actually have to have no interest in the sport. If you like it and a fan of it, it will cloud your judgment and it will not allow you to be as just antiseptic, just be completely plastic to what's going on, because you see it for the numbers, not for the emotional attachment or the pride or the celebration as a fan, meaning fanatic, you would get.
Guys, if you're listening or watching to this show today, go back and listen and watch the interview with Metcalf, because we had couple of those moments while we were talking to him. I mean, he was talking about rooting for the school that he went to school at.
Yeah.
Florida was playing Colorado, and they scored to tie a game on a great play, and he went, This is what happens when you work in the business on either side of the counter. You have to stay neutral most of the time. You can't enjoy the highs. To really be a successful gambler, you can't enjoy the highs. You can't get too low in the lows. You have to kind of, keep grinding. That's life a little bit, a metaphor for life. Ask the people in a poll. Yes, we'll read that in 1 second. Ask the people in a poll, would you watch the NBA if you didn't bet on it? We'll get a mini poll right now. We'll get, 100 votes. 90% of it will be no. That's my number. 90% of the people will say they do not watch the NBA if they don't bet on it.
Really?
That's where I'm at. Yeah. Gorov.
9 out of 10.
Gorov just said, do you think that applies to a sport like UFC 2, Matt? I don't have an emotional attachment to any fighter, but I love the sport. There you go.
I think if you're able to look at the UFC, whether you like a fighter or not, we all have biases. Like we all have, like people think it's weird. Like when people like come into my life and they start like, they go, so how many bets do you have going today? And I'm like, I have 4. You're not watching any of them? No. Why not? I don't need to. Like, I've gotten to the point now where I don't watch the games I bet. Like I bet it and I forget it. Now, sometimes if I want to go in game, I'll watch it. Like last night for hockey, for the Winnipeg game, I was glued to it because I knew the 6.5 was going to be precarious. And I was like, okay, both teams had hit 5 straight third period overs. So it's like, okay, these teams score in the third period. If I get a 4.5, I'm going over because I want to make sure I don't lose. I'm going to try to middle it at 6. And they scored 3 goals in the third period, goes to overtime. It was a 4-3 final. So the game goes over.
Right.
I watched that game because I was in gaming it. I did not watch a single second of the Kings game. I bet the over. It never was close. It was a dead under. Never watched it. Right. Didn't see a single shot of it. So I don't think it almost is easier sometimes when you don't have that interest or emotional connection to sit there and watch the sport because you're betting off the analytical breakdown, the handicap of the actual game.
I love watching sports.
But you can watch it without having $80 on it.
100%.
So that's because you were a sports fan before you were a gambler. I was too. Like I don't like betting when I'm really like the Creighton, Tennessee game on Friday. I don't want to touch that game. I don't want to touch it. Like I don't want to put a single cent on that game. I'm scared to death of that game. I'm so emotionally clouded by that. It's ridiculous. Like Bruins and the Panthers last night. I wanted nothing to do with Bruins and the Panthers last night. I fucking hate the Panthers. Bruins are now 3-0 against the Panthers. I wanted nothing to do with the Panthers last night, but I wanted the Bruins to curb stomp them again, and they did, which was beautiful. But I didn't want to bet that game. I should have bet the Bruins, but I was too crowded by that. I was like, you like the Panthers last night. People like the Panthers last night. They're going to win and beat the Bruins eventually. They're at home.
Yeah.
Bruins go in there, score 2 goals. They're down 3-2 going into the 7 minutes of the game. They scored 2 goals, win the game 4-3.
LL just came in the chat and said, football is the only sport I can watch with a bet.
Without a bet.
Without a bet, although we're getting to a point where that might be gone too.
Be careful with that. I would be careful with that. Like that worries me. When I hear that worries me. Because were you a sports fan first and a gambler second, or vice versa? When gambling sucks all the joy out of sports for you and you're no longer a sports fan, I would say be careful. Once you're in the business, a bookmaker, pro gambler,
right?
Like be careful, because what brought you to gambling was the love of the sport. So if gambling has ruined the love of the sport, that would make me worried about where you are at. That's personally.
Listen, there's a lot of people that are in the space that are like that, and I hear from them because I still talk to a lot of them, and they're like, dude, we love your feed. We love seeing you loving sports. We love, you really do. I was that guy in the room, though. I was that guy in the book. I'm like, I don't care what you're betting. I don't care what we need. Like, we're going to need what we need. I want to watch the game. Like I when I'm betting it, it's a different story. I sit with those ex-presidents. Those are gangsters. You sit with a pro, like a guy who's going to take your lunch, your dinner, and breakfast tomorrow morning. Watch them work. Watch pros bettors work. It's calculating. It's impressive as hell. They're watching a game because they looking to see what they think is going to happen and trying to beat it. That's it. There's no, it's lifeless.
No emotion to it.
It's the emotion comes with, like, when you're pacing around watching a game you have a bet on. I've seen you do it. It's hilarious to watch, but you're still in that mode, which is good. I think you can't. The sooner you lose that, the more you lose the love for doing it. Period. Like, you still should get emotional, but like I get emotional now because I feel like I've seen so much. I'm
Right.
like,
But betting every day, I'm not like that every day.
correct.
Like, I'm only like that on certain games, certain activities,
Right.
Super Bowls, Patriots. If I ever lose the love of my teams, like if I can't watch the Bruins and the Panthers last night and get fired up at a Bruins win because the Bruins won and I didn't have a bet on it, so I'm like, I don't care, then that's a me problem. Like, I would be concerned about me. Like, I will always love sports. I will always love competition. I've told this story 1,000 times, but I get more satisfaction out of being right than I am for the money that I win on any bet. To me, it's about being correct. It's less about the dollars. Pro gamblers, it's about the money, how much money they're making. That's not, I don't bet enough to have that impact my life.
That's the difference for the 2 to 4% that are actually pro gamblers. But I said it in the book. I remember about 2005. We're talking almost 20 years ago. I'll never forget. I said it to this guy who was betting $5 a game.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's more about you being right than it is about the money. And he's like, you're right. I like to be right. I'm like, all men do. We're idiots. We're dumb. We don't need to be right all the time. Sometimes it's okay if
speak for yourself,
right.
but
it's okay.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. We're idiots.
We are idiots, true. Yes. Speaking as the divorce guy on this show, yes, I need to be right all the time. Just FYI.
You and my wife both.
I am right all the time. So
I know you are.
Contributed.
I do the show with you every day.
Contributed to my current single status.
Yes.
So what do you make of
the early votes here?
Yep.
Would you watch the NBA if you couldn't bet on it? Were to no 62% so far, yes 38%.
Dang,
that's a little higher than or a little lower than I thought. I thought more people would say no, but keep voting. And again, if you're here, hit the like button.
That is true. I am a true Aries, Percy. I am 100% entirely. Percy's got a big name in my house right now. My daughter is ripping through the Percy Jackson series like I've never seen her in my life reading.
Really?
Like 100 pages a day. She's
baby.
Ripping through these books. I'm like, I've bought 2 in the last week. I'm like, my God, Madeline. She's super into the Percy Jackson series. As a bookmaker, what do you do? Okay. So they tried it last night. They threw up the 2.5 in the second period. They fucking scored 6 goals.
Yep.
Like, you throw up 2.5 at plus 150 to try to make everybody stop betting it, and they score 6.
It's one of the most satisfying things. Football Guy 97, hit the top messages button if you're watching it on your phone. Like, there's a button up there that brings the poll back up. If it disappears, you can vote on it. One of the most satisfying things right now for us, I mean, with the show, is 1, the growth, and 2, all these calls that we're getting, and we're setting up meetings with people to talk about maybe becoming more involved with the show. Mm-hmm. But 3, when we talk about something that we get from people who watch the show, like the second period over. This is all Addison. This is all auto,
Rocky guys.
PSU auto.
Mm-hmm.
I finished the show yesterday. We talked briefly about that other thing, and we got to worry about getting the cash and all that other stuff. I walked out of the house and I went to go eat at Buffalo Wild Wings by myself. And I sit down and I watch the back end of the second period. I smiled like I had a dime on it. I didn't have $1 on it. This is fun as hell. There's nothing, you can't make it 3.5 and 8. There's nothing else you can do as a bookmaker. As a book, you put up the number and you take it like a donkey kicking the nuts, and you root for the other side once out of every 3 or 4. That's all we're trying to do. That's it. Something going on with the Stars of the second period. It's
Over
phenomenal.
1.5, but the books, FanDuel and DraftKings both tried to play defense last night, and it didn't matter. They did the same thing with the Winnipeg Jets and the Edmonton Oilers game. In the third period, these two teams have gone over now 6 straight times, 1.5. They said, forget it, make it 2.5. It cleared that too.
Yeah.
3 goals got scored in the third period. It cleared that too. So that crazy parlay we talked about yesterday of over 2.5, which returned like 5-6 to 1, hit.
Love it.
Like there is a wacko thing going on right now involving Edmonton and Winnipeg third periods and the second period for the Dallas Stars. And we only have about 11, 12 games to go
That's it.
for each team. So, and then once you get to the playoffs, throw everything out the window. It's all dead. Everything changes once you get to the playoffs. But that's
Stress that right now. We're going to remind you when the playoffs come.
whew,
In
gone.
hockey,
Yes.
everything that you saw, you need
Throw
one
away.
of the Men in Black nebulizer things.
Yeah.
Zit, disappear. Everything
Gone.
you saw, it's gone. It's a different game. It's referee different. Every shift, everything is different. So enjoy this last couple weeks. We got, I mean, it's a race to the finish. Ride these trends as long as you can.
Do you think we'll get to it in a second. I'll ask you that question in a second. Indiana State and Georgia both got to the Final Four last night. Sycamores win it all.
Oh, why not?
Larry Nerd gets to hoist it up in Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indiana. Pat better be doing his show from the championship game. He's in Indy. The NIT's on ESPN.
Should we go?
I mean, when is it?
I don't know.
I think it's like this. I think it's like Saturday. Championship game's like right now.
Jeez. I'll have to check and see. I think no, it's next week, right? I mean, they're still playing the other quarterfinals now.
No, tonight's quarters, and the Final
Right.
Four. I think it's Thursday, Saturday.
This week?
It has to be. They wouldn't do it next week, or maybe they do it next week.
Somebody playing head back to back. Whoever wins today isn't playing tomorrow.
No. I mean, so they would go play. Today's Wednesday. They could play Friday or Saturday.
I don't think they play against the tournament.
Let me see. They
Quarterfinals.
up
We went
against
last year on a Monday to the
up against
Orleans.
it. April 2nd and the 4th.
Okay, so you're going to be in.
Next Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah, you're going to be in
Thursday. Well, second day I'll be in Indiana.
Chicago.
Indian drive up. rent a car and drive up.
Can they win it? Why not? I mean, that was a
Right.
big win by Georgia. They were huge dogs in the game.
What a comeback by Georgia. They were down.
That was
Like,
fun.
like,
Well,
they were
no,
down like
Georgia
what?
was up. Georgia played great.
I thought
Georgia
Ohio
played
State didn't Ohio State have the lead like with like 30 seconds left, and Georgia came back and took the lead and won it.
No,
Okay.
Georgia was winning. I was watching it. It was really impressive, actually, what they did.
Motivation's a big deal in that tournament.
Indiana State was down at halftime.
Yeah, they were. And
It
they
came
rallied.
back.
Avila with a big 3.
Looked like a fun atmosphere, did it not?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, Valley teams in the NIT, they care about the NIT. That's why
Yes.
they love they want to win this thing. So motivation's a big thing in this tournament.
Yeah.
You want to win it and you want to go play hard. Even
Right.
for Georgia's sake. I mean, you know, you can tell they wanted to go and play hard. They want to win this thing. Georgia wants to win. So it's hard to handicap motivation, but absolutely they are into
It was fun. That was fun to watch. I was watching it with the intent. I told Kurtz came on the show yesterday. We were talking hockey.
Right.
I want to throw a hockey bet at you that we need to kind of
We'll
look at
talk.
the rest of the season. I said, George, I'm going to give you this one, but you got to promise me you're not laying the points. It's Indiana State money line only because this thing could fall where they could win and not cover.
Okay.
An hour later, exactly that happened.
Ouch.
Like Kreskin. I didn't even mean to give it to him like that. I just said bet the money line
Mhm.
because he was doing it with a hockey. He needed something to go with the Stars, he said. Wetzel had a bet in hockey.
Hold on. We'll get to hockey in a second. Hold on.
Okay, go.
Kill this portion. UNIV at Seton Hall tonight. 4
I have
o'clock.
no idea.
4 o'clock.
Why is this line this? Why is this line this?
Because they're playing in a bandbox. It opened at 3, was bet to 6.
I know.
But they're playing
Too
on
much,
campus in
no?
a band. Yeah, probably too many. But the under is the play. Under 142.5. It's been bet up. I'm surprised the over money came in on it, but I think the under is the play.
I have no idea. I saw the line move this morning. I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
I thought somebody might not be playing.
Covey's got 3.5. You got a good number, Covey. Number steamed to 6.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. It was like, all right, maybe it's obvious. You just take Seton Hall at 3 or 3.5, but
Yeah, I agree.
not now.
Thank you for putting that up, Covey. Appreciate you putting that. But yeah, under 143 is a good play. I like the under in the game.
Okay.
I think the under is the play. VCU's at Utah laying 8. Utah minus 8.
No idea.
VCU plus the points. This is too heavy. Utah's a big team, but VCU is feisty.
You talking score?
They can when they
I
hit
don't know.
threes.
Again,
8's a lot.
I saw the line moves again. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
So here's the hockey portion.
Yep.
Boston's at Tampa. So the Bruins cashed my over 98.5 point total. My other future bet on hockey, other than my 27-1 on the Jets, is Tampa under 96.5 points. They have 85 points.
10 games left?
11, I believe, including after this one, 10.
After this, 10. Right. Oh. Are you a dog or favorite to get there?
Dog. Big dog.
Want to get some bad teams that got to play left?
No, it's just in general. They're red hot. They're 7-2-1 over the last 10 games. I needed them to go the other way, and they got hot.
Right.
Like, damn it, but I need Boston to win this game tonight for me
Right.
to keep. Like,
Yeah,
Boston
that would
needs
help.
to win
That
this
would
game.
help you a lot.
Will help to get a W here on this. Letdown game for the Bruins after beating Florida. Back to back.
I don't know. This is such a quick trip up. This is not really, I mean, like, is it a letdown? No, because they're getting Tampa's best effort too. I mean, this is going to be one of those ones where I think it's a very tight game.
Mm-hmm.
3-2, 4-2 final.
Mm.
Push on the 6
Mm.
under, right? Is who played last night? Swayman?
Yep.
Homework playing tonight?
Probably. Boston did not look good last night. They won last night, Ross.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they looked good. Florida looked like, I mean, I had that game on. I was watching a lot of the second and third period. I was flipping back and forth.
They can beat
I don't know.
Florida.
Lean
in
right
Florida.
now is Tampa.
I think
For
Tampa.
me.
I think I'm in trouble.
Under.
Bet the draw. I don't mind that at all. Bet the
Oh, Mr. Anderson.
Bet the draw. I don't mind that.
Mr. Anderson's not far from there down in the FLA.
I like that a lot. And the other game is Ottawa at Buffalo tonight. This is
What the hell do you do with this game?
over.
Other than bet over.
Yeah, it's been over. Forget about
Just
it.
bet over.
Yeah, and leave it alone.
What the hell?
So what's the bet for me?
So he hits me with this at the beginning of the segment. FanDuel put up, will every game tonight, there were 12 games
Last night. Yep.
last night. Every game have a goal scored in it. The price was plus 240, yes.
Every team or every game? Because every game.
Every team.
Okay,
24
because every
teams.
game
No
has to have a goal
shutouts.
scored.
No shutouts. Plus 240. I mean,
Yes.
look at the board
D-Stout,
last
the answer is
night.
yes. Boston with a point tonight clinches. You're right. Yes,
Yes.
that's true.
yes.
So
So
I would have bet the yes.
yes, it was winning. Every game had a goal scored in it
Uh-huh.
at the early slate, and as the games are going, Edmonton and Winnipeg was 0-0 after one, right? And then it exploded. Every game we're signing off, and he goes, "Which team are you most worried about?" And I go, he goes, "If we could give any one of our teams left a goal, who should we give?" And I'm like, "Give the Ducks a goal, please. I'm worried about them playing against the Kraken." Kraken got a shutout 4-0.
Oh,
Was the only one. And then they had
Bummer.
another bet.
bummer.
Will there be 4 goals scored in every game total?
Oh,
4 or more.
ooh.
Montreal played at Colorado. Colorado was minus 420.
They lost.
They lost 2-1. That was the game. It was only it was plus 650.
Damn.
4 goals or more in every game.
Always that one, right? There's always that
There
one.
was always one.
Always that one.
There was. I was like, I was texting him. It was 2:00 in the morning last night. He was texting me. He's like, we were so close. We were so close. I'm like,
That's
always
so funny. It's always one. It's always one.
yeah,
Damn it.
The hockey betting is enjoy it, boys and girls.
Yeah.
This
fun.
is a fun time of year because we got a lot of information.
Knicks are laying 13.5 at Toronto tonight. Why are people betting the over?
I don't know.
I have the worst number on the planet again. Cashed the last time I was on this, but
Total Toronto.
Raptors are an under machine
Yeah, I wonder why.
because they stink.
A lot of numbers steamed up, huh?
Way up.
Under 212. I don't
There's
know.
some
why.
buyback. It's 211.
14? The Knicks are
Yeah.
14 on the road?
Yeah.
How bad are the
Bad.
Raptors?
Bad. Raptors are bad.
14.
Raptors are 13-23 ATS at home this year. 3-10 against the division.
Think there'll be anybody at the game tonight?
Probably not. Not many.
No.
It's Maple Leaf season in Toronto.
Oh, you see that game yesterday?
You got to get ready for the fall. You know, got to get everything.
They blew a game last night to the to the Devils.
Lakers on a back-to-back laying 4 to Memphis. Probably no LeBron again. Javante Parker is out. Porter is out. Nobody cares.
Thanks, LL. Good job. Good job getting involved in the chat. See, this is why you got to watch the show live and get in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
wow. Clowney to the Panthers. Like it. Wow. Okay. That's a money grab for Clowney. You go from the Niners in the Super Bowl to the Panthers.
wow.
Ouch.
That's going to be a tough drive to work every day, right?
Yeah.
Just go get donkey kicked in the nuts every day. That stinks.
Pretty much.
I don't know nothing about the Lakers. Why in the hell would you lay points with the Lakers on the road?
It's Memphis, but yes, I would agree with that. And then Suns at the Nuggets, 7.5.
Interesting game. You think it
Number's
should be
high.
higher. Why'd you say it like that?
That's a big number, no?
Is it?
7.5.
The Suns stink on the road.
All right. That's fine.
We got to find out. Look, we got all the 7.5s are gone, by the way, just so you know.
What is
Oh,
it
no.
now? It's
Two of
down.
them are
It's
still up.
7 now, isn't it?
Painted 7 except for 2
Yeah,
places.
Too high.
Circuit, South Point.
That makes sense. It's too high. 18-16-1 ATS Denver at home this year, but they are 19-24-1 against the West. They've won
Well,
4
it's
straight.
From the area, I mean, that's fine. You don't always have to go home, Nikki Caramello. You don't always have to go home. Team's no good.
He's from the area. That's fine. He plays with South Carolina. Makes sense. It's from the Carolinas, but
It's a different
Yeah.
state. I just was
thanks.
there. That's a long drive.
Okay, 2 more teams I want to point out for Major League Baseball. We'll do this periodically. We talked about 2 teams on Monday with the Cubs and the Marlins. Diamondbacks because they just picked up Jordan Montgomery.
Uh-huh.
What is your thought on their win total? It dropped up a point. I got 1.5 or a win and a half with the Montgomery news. It's now 84.5.
I
What do
like
you
him.
make-
I like him, period.
Right? This does still seem kind of low.
Well, I mean, you don't know how the division games are going to go. They didn't win that much more than that last year, and they went to
Right.
the World Series. They were just
Right.
playing right at the right time. I
But,
think
like,
it's
this
a pretty good
rotation-
baseball team.
I mean, this rotation is pretty good. I mean, you've got a guy at the top Zach Gallen was tremendous last year. Merrill
Especially at
Kelly.
home.
Merrill Kelly took a big step forward.
Yes.
So we can do a better to book it ahead of time. I have the under tomorrow, 8.5 for the Diamondbacks tomorrow.
Oh, you already played it?
I bet it last night. They're taking on
Where's
Colorado.
the game? Is it possible getting rained out?
No, it's in Arizona.
Okay, good.
Freeland against Zach Allen tomorrow, 8.5. Under 8.5.
Wait, Freeland is the Colorado Rockies opening day starter?
Uh-huh.
Whew.
Kyle Freeland has changed things, and he actually pitched really well early in the year last year, including a game against the Diamondbacks in late March.
Oh, for sure.
Year. Yeah, he's been not bad.
Oh, we had to flip it. I mean, it was Kyle Freeland day for a while, where it was bet on, and then it was bet again.
He's not anymore, Nikki. This is the thing. Everyone thinks that's the case with Kyle Freeland. Go pull the numbers. It's not the case. He's their ace. He's big. He's getting the baseball. And look, for starters, this could be a 6-0 win. I'm not sure the Rockies score. So you can bet run line on the Diamondbacks if you want. I don't mind it at all. Okay. You can do that. I'm just not betting run line. It could be a 1-0 final. I'm not losing on opening day betting the run line. I'm just not doing that.
Right.
So it's easier to bet the under 8.5. Rockies aren't going to score. And how many innings is Freeland going to go? Yes, question. It's opening day, but Gallen was tremendous at home last year. You couldn't score against him. First 3 starts at home last year, no earned runs given up, I believe. And for at least the first 2, maybe the first 3 for Zach Gallen last year. Huh. So I like Diamondbacks a lot. I like over 84.5. And I think they're just going to play for a wild card spot. And like they get off to they play the Rockies and the Yankees at home to start. Their first road trip is to Atlanta, which is going to be high.
The Yankees are in Arizona this weekend?
Yep. Red Sox are in Seattle. Both the Yankees and the Red Sox are starting on the West Coast.
Huh.
Yeah, I agree. Looking at Kyle Freeland unders early in the season. Yes.
Right.
Especially on the road.
Yeah.
On the road, they're not going to score. I mean, at home, they didn't score very much either, but the Rockies offense is pathetic, and Chris Bryant's going to get moved at some point very soon. We'll talk about that here in a second, but he's going to get traded at some point. Because they just need to move the if he has a good start to the year, he's a bat that somebody will want, a lefty bat, got some pop still. Contract's a problem.
Chris Bryant's righty. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, sorry. I'm confusing him. But Chris Bryant he'll get moved. At some point, Chris Bryant will get moved.
I don't know.
Who am I confusing him with? Playing for the Cubs, a lefty for the Cubs. On the Yankees now. Not Bryant.
Anthony
the other
Rizzo?
Thank you. Yes, Rizzo. Thank you. But they'll move him. He's the only guy on their roster that actually, I mean, he chose to sign there. Fine. No Rockies pitchers and ace. Yes, that's true. But
yeah, they're gonna struggle. Being a number 1 on a bad team isn't that's a badge of honor. I don't know. That hurts. You lose a lot of games.
I'm curious too.
You're always facing the other team's number 1.
Yeah, they got a couple of kids on this Diamondbacks team they're really excited about that they're going to bring up and see what they can do offensively. So I would look to the over. And then on the other side, the Rockies, 59.5, I would still bet under. They're going to be awful.
60 and 102. They had to go 60 and 102 to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be tough.
60
I don't
games.
know if they can win 60 games.
I don't think that, not in the division. I mean, they're going to get pounded in the division.
Blasted by the Dodgers, blasted by the Giants, most likely, blasted by the Diamondbacks.
I mean, last year, batting wise, they were 18th in runs scored, 17th in batting average, 25th in on base percentage, and 20th in slugging.
Yeah.
And Fangraphs has them projected as the worst offense in Major League Baseball with a nearly a minus 200 run differential.
Oh, my goodness. That stinks to start the season that way. Because there's no fixing that.
Yeah.
Yikes. Man.
Oh, interesting bet from Tommy. Corbin Carroll over to lead Major League Baseball in triples is plus 550.
I saw the number. So this guy, Eric, who's an odds maker at Caesars William Hill here in town, put out a tweet yesterday and tagged me in it. They put out a bunch of season-long prop bets, different things.
Okay.
Total number of triples to lead the league.
How many?
To lead baseball. How many? How many
doesn't
do you think the number would be?
Doesn't matter who?
Doesn't matter who. The guy that leads the league and leads baseball in triples has how many triples? That's Tommy, I'm glad you put that in there. I love these conversations. Somebody just sprayed perfume. I'm gonna get a headache. I don't know how to tell these kids that they got the bad perfume like that. I love them to death.
You just did.
I just found out that she got a tattoo. I want to tell her you got to get the better perfume. My eyes I'm going to start sneezing in a second. I love them to death. You can't spray that stuff you spray it like they're not leaving ever.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, so
How many triples?
25.
10.5.
What?
10.5 triples.
Well, the Diamondbacks as a team led the league last year with 44.
Right. Individually, how many did one
But
guy
Corbin, how many? Corbin had like 15, did he not? How many did he have last year?
Who led baseball in triples last year?
It was Corbin, wasn't it? Let me see.
Put it up.
Corbin Carroll had 10 triples last year.
Yeah, there you go. It's a good number.
Wow, I thought
Over,
I would
under
have put
10
it
and a
way
half.
higher than that. That's
Right.
shocking to me. I would have gone way higher than that.
We may have to reevaluate the
Given that
BVP odds
ballpark?
provider service idea.
Right. Given that ballpark, only 10 triples led Major League Baseball.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, 11. Bobby Witt had 11. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thanks,
Only 11 triples led the big leagues.
10.5 is a good number. Would you bet over or under?
Over.
You would.
Yeah, over.
I'd bet under.
I bet over.
Yeah.
The number seems light to me. That seems last year seems low.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm with John Serrett. 14, 15, 16.
Attaboy, Serrett. Put you on the roster.
I was
BVB odds providing
I would have said way more than that, man. Interesting. That's an interesting play right there. That's fascinating. Quick time in a couple of quick ones before we get to bonus time. We can get better to book it in right now. Under 209, Toronto and the Knicks have the worst number on the planet, but I still like the under. Number went up.
Yeah, it did.
Don't get that at all. This is the lowest number. This is the lowest total, though. I mean, it opened at 211, I think, and it was bet down at 209 when I got it, and then turned around, bet back up. This is by far the lowest number that the Toronto Raptors have been at home for a while. First 2 of the 3 games against the Knicks have gone over. One game went over by 44 points.
I don't want over in the Toronto game.
I agreed to that.
And
I do have a good number.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to go over.
I got a good number here with 218.5 with the Sixers and the Clippers.
Sixers?
Yeah.
Ride the Sixers under. Keep it up.
9-1.
It's been good.
The last 10 games to the
It's been
under.
good. That 9-1's good. By any metric, by any measurement, 9-1 is good.
Yeah. I think it's 217 now. Is that what it
Even
is?
a UMass education knows that.
Yeah, my Amherst people might get
9-1 is
upset with
good.
that.
You're not even good with the numbers.
That's true. What's the total, the actual total now? What's the live total for the game?
Oh, let me click refresh here.
Ooh, team total under 99.5 for Toronto. Don't mind that.
I swear I'm going to find out what this brand of perfume is. You got me. I'm beside myself right now. I can't even think. Getting a headache. 214.5 or 215.
Woo, we're dropped by 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, D-Stout, you have 219 or you bet it last night like I did? Hopefully you bet it last night.
D-Stout?
Hopefully you bet it last night. That's when I bet it. Oh, wow.
Ride on his tractor at some point this summer.
Not post time yet. DK has Carroll listed as a favorite for triples at plus 400, Dave. That number moved. It's 400 now.
Hello.
So,
guys watching the show? I mean, just let me know. Like, guys are in the room watching the show. They moved it. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, listen, I respect Tommy Lorenzo too.
Chris, I think this is a good to look at Tampa Bay overs at home. Yes. And the other thing that's really kind of crazy is the hold on. I got to pull that up. I got to
get that Post-it note.
Yeah. I wrote it down.
What'd you write down? Give it to us.
Texas.
Yeah.
8-5-1 to the over last April to start. Texas money line tomorrow and Texas over tomorrow. Texas is playing against
opening day baseball bets based on last year's month.
The Cubs. Just saying, just looking at historical speaking of teams that play early, overs were huge last year early for Texas and Chicago. Just watch it. But I think I love Chicago. I love tomorrow Texas to win. Not love, but I like Texas to win the game tomorrow against the Cubs. But Steele's been pretty good. So,
right?
I'm not making a Bobby Witt stinger, JC from KC. We're not doing that. Otani stingers will still exist.
Yeah.
We will still do Otani stuff.
Give
We
him
skipped over the
proxy service stinger. Wake him up.
we skipped over the Otani watch portion of the show today just because there's not a lot going on with Otani, but
he played yesterday.
Yeah, we'll do it during bonus time. If you guys are live with us on Twitter and on X, don't move, and YouTube as well. But if you're with us on SiriusXM or on Sports Grid, thank you very much. Talk to you tomorrow. Bonus time. That begins right now. And we can, I forgot the Otani stuff, so I can actually play it right now because we were talking about something so off the wall for so long, but I think it is worth bringing up Otani. Yes. Where's this?
Didn't see that one coming. That startled me. That was a jump scare.
Dave Roberts suggested that it might be easier for the Dodgers coaches and staff to communicate directly with Shohei Ohtani now that the interpreter is gone. Roberts described the previous arrangement with the interpreter and Ohtani as, quote, difficult at times, and mentioned that Ohtani has been more engaging with his teammates lately since the interpreter has been dismissed from the team. What's your take on that? Doesn't that seem like he's kind of calling Ohtani difficult? Is Ohtani a dick?
Did you ever work with someone who didn't speak the language?
Well, he doesn't speak it now still. Didn't just learn English.
Have you ever worked with someone on a regular basis that didn't speak the language that you spoke?
No, not regularly.
I have.
Okay.
When I was in Curacao, it was torture. It was torture. I was in the room and I knew they were talking about me.
Okay.
And I don't know what they were saying. And I'm like, listen, I took Spanish 4 all the way up through high school. And I'm not getting what they're saying. I hear little words here and there. I took Italian while I was in college. I'm like, this is not working. I went and bought a book because there was no Babbel or Rosetta Stone. But maybe Shohei's been doing Rosetta Stone in a car ride back and forth to the
that's been the rumor. The rumor is that he can speak English. That's the rumor. The rumor is that he can actually speak English.
Yeah.
I just don't get what Dave Roberts is trying to say by saying this. Like, hey, Ohtani's been way more engaging. It was difficult at times in the beginning. You've had the guy on your roster for like what, a month? What the fuck's been difficult? You really want to say that out loud? Like, what are you saying, Dave? Like, come on, dude. Use your brain here for a second. You just got the guy on your roster. Don't say it's been difficult.
Well, maybe it has been difficult because he's unable to talk to the interpreter, or what he's saying to the interpreter may not be being said. Now he's kind of talking a little more directly, and maybe they're distancing themselves from the interpreter.
Fall guy on fall guy, which, by the way, Shohei Ohtani hired the crisis PR team that Harvey Weinstein hired. Just give you an idea as to
some major putter out of fire is what that law firm should be called. Major fires.
Yeah.
That's what you call that law firm. I sent you that text and I was like, oh, okay. And my friend on Twitter, Spreadopedia, said it. That's not a law firm you hire when you're
innocent,
right?
When you've done nothing wrong, you don't hire the Ghostbusters to go out there and kill the ghost of your stories. Like, you got problems. Like, there's big problems in your life if you're hiring those people to come and fix it.
Right?
I would love to find out what they're going to do.
Well, I mean, they have to fight fire with fire.
He's hiring Ray Donovan.
Who's Ray Donovan?
Who's Ray Donovan? Oh, that breaks my heart that you don't know who Ray Donovan is. Oh, what a show. What an incredible show. Awesome show about a Boston hitman. So good. Awesome show. Showtime show.
Call?
Ray Donovan.
When was it on?
Years. Decade on Showtime?
Really?
Phenomenal show.
We never had Showtime. Showtime was the one that you had to be decided to not have for a long time. We had HBO, we had Cinemax,
growing up,
and we had Stars.
Ray Donovan ended like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So listen, some decisions are made in this house.
Okay.
You have to pick. You can have one or two, Dave. You can't have them all. It was HBO, and you got the stars with that, and then it was Cinemax because that's what we always had as kids. I just picked those two. So should I watch it? Ray Donovan is good.
Oh, Ray Donovan is tremendous.
It's good.
Tremendous. Yes, tremendous.
Chat, is Ray Donovan good?
He's the voice of. You're getting JR's mad at you. Shame on you.
Shame on me. Listen, this is why I do the show. I learn all this stuff.
Yeah,
If you tell me it's good, I'll watch
guy
it.
who's the voice of NFL films is
Yeah.
the main character.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So highly, highly, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Great show. Great show.
Boston. All right. Ross Randall said, watch it.
Boston ties. It's good stuff. Ooh, he's Shohei. He's out. I'm out on Shohei. Better call Saul.
Oh, better call Saul.
Yeah. Someone to come in and fix it. Not going to be easy to do it. No. You got to see what's going to happen. Favorite thing about today. Oh, sorry. Wait. No, we have multiple super chats. Sorry. Hold on.
We did. We got
multiple. Best no run first inning bet for tomorrow.
Damn, bro. I don't know till tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know yet. Mr. Anderson, we'll work on that. Don't worry about them Nerfies. You got to worry about Papa Anderson.
I'm saying I like the Cubs, Arizona Nerfy tomorrow.
Yes or no?
Nerfy?
The no?
No runs.
How about Bello and Castillo in Boston and Seattle?
It's in Seattle.
That's a no.
Maybe.
It's
a maybe to me. I don't feel as strongly about
Webb and Darvish in San Diego.
I think you could bet every Nerfy tomorrow and go and be profitable. You bet them all and be profitable.
We'll check that in the morning. Actually, we will check that in the morning. Put that on a list. Put that on a rundown.
Okay.
We will get the prices in the morning.
The games start while we're on the air, though.
First game's at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Second game's at noon. And the first game at 10 o'clock is rained out.
Okay. But
so we don't got no games starting before we start. How about that? Because the Phillies is rained out too. First game starts at 1 o'clock our time. No, noon Pacific if the Baltimore game goes. So we'll have all the Nerfy prices in the morning. We'll write them down. We'll see if we can spray the board, bet them all, come out a profit.
When Las Vegas forgot to put her tweet in there, she gave us a big a nice super chat, but didn't write a chat on the super chat. So she's left.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
She left the chat, but we appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. And then Big Business. Love the unders in the beginning of the season. So many pitchers this year devolved a fork splitter to counter the launch angle BS. Going to be a ton of weak contact in ground balls.
Get it on the ground. I like that. Okay.
Interesting.
Evolved a fork splitter. What college did Big Business go to?
Devolve.
Very, very word salady. I love Big Business.
Devolved, developed,
fork splitter.
I think the word's developed. Developed a split finger on that.
You think he left out a couple letters?
Yeah.
It's very important to not leave out the letters.
He meant to say developed. Are we betting no games first day? Yeah. So
how many rainouts?
There's going to be games.
Games in Baltimore.
There's two. I think Baltimore's in danger. I think Baltimore's 100% in danger of being rained out.
Reds game maybe get rained out. What the hell's going on in Ohio? Oh.
Yeah, I think definitely. Yeah, it's like New Year's Eve in a lot of ways. I agree. If you're a baseball fan, JR, tomorrow's a real cool day. Tomorrow's fun. I've always said opening day should be a holiday, but no one listens to me at all.
We need more holidays. Seriously, the kids will be home from school.
That's
Let
great.
them go to school. We got 2 months left.
You don't skip school.
Somebody told Kendall this morning, we got 2 months left. Focus.
God, that's all that's left is 2 months.
2 months. That's all we got.
Now they're fifth graders. Yikes. Twins Royals 15-mile-per-hour winds blowing out to center at Kauffman. Over tomorrow. Oh, maybe bet Yurfie. Twins Royals Yurfie.
Tommy Lorenzo play it a day. He's going to have to come in the chat, pop in and play it a day. We get a home setup. I know he only does the weekends. He can come on Fridays, T-Lo, and give us a look for the weekend. Get the camera set up at home. I know you're busy. I mean,
Oh,
you do
interesting.
it right on your phone. We did it.
Baltimore's weather
it
is
with me,
forecasted
how
as
you say it right on
65
your
and
phone.
sunny and cloudy. 600 degrees sunny and cloudy.
Thank
Which
you,
one?
Sarah Miller.
Sunny or cloudy? Which
Baltimore weather for tomorrow's game is forecast
Sunny
to be
and cloudy?
65 degrees, sunny and cloudy.
Which one is it?
Look at me both.
Uh,
Partly sunny, partly
cloudy.
cloudy. They've been
Yes.
saying it my whole life. I used to look at my grandmother and say, "What does that mean?"
Partly cloudy.
Look outside. It's partly cloudy or it's partly sunny.
I'm so glad we don't have that bullshit here in Vegas. I love that.
My God.
It's one of the great things about being here is you don't have that nonsense. It's sunny. That's what it's sunny.
Or there's clouds.
Yes. Or it's cloudy. Yes.
Like, because there ain't clouds often, but when there
Yes.
are, that
It's
means
cloudy.
there's clouds.
Yes. Big clouds.
That means you could go outside and not get torched.
Right. Favorite thing about today is what?
I sent 2 more hats out this morning to 2 more states that I had not were, I think, 8 send outs so far this week, 8 different states, and a different girl today at the place where I sent it out.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm not sure how. I'm like, oh, please, you can't be your first day. Like, I just need to get in here and out of here. I got to get the people, their hats. B-Rad, Tommy C, Arizona, and Kentucky. That was the first hat that went to Kentucky. I was very excited. I'm like, I'm driving back and I'm going, okay, this thing really is happening. Like, we're getting people from all over. And my other favorite thing about today is that baseball season starting tomorrow, baby. It's baseball season starting tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The Pirates are in Miami. Small dogs. Got Keller going.
Under bet. Second bet
Against
today.
Luzardo.
Second bet I made for tomorrow.
You already bet it?
Under 7.5. Yeah, it's gonna go down.
Damn.
They close at 6.5. Marlins and you guys aren't gonna score. It's gonna be a pillow fight. 2-1.
It's 7 over 20. Some books are still 7.5 though.
Yeah. Under.
7.5. Under's good.
Marlins can't score for shit.
Games fall on 7. A lot in baseball. 4-3, 5-2, 6-1, 7-0. Most combinations are 7. That's why 7 out on the craps table. That's why. There you go.
Under 7.5 is what I bet last night. So I like the under in that game for that a lot. My favorite thing about today is that I may actually go to Chicago and not freeze my ass off. Eric, I'm against you. I like the Rangers tomorrow, but I like the under. I like the over in the game. Over Rangers and the Cubs, but I'll take the Rangers tomorrow. The fact
that our guy Eric Volbex?
Yes. Yeah, that's Eric. That's he. I personally, baseball being back tomorrow is unbelievable. And I was so resigned to the idea that I was going to be miserable watching baseball on Friday, a week from Friday.
Yeah.
And like the idea that I might actually be able to wear a t-shirt and might have to like have like a cold beverage and not be freezing and not be looking for hot chocolate and not be dying. That's my favorite thing about today. That potential that actually might happen. I get to go spring weather in Chicago on April the 5th is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. If it holds, it's a miracle. Don't think it's gonna hold. I fully anticipate checking my app in 5 days and it's gonna say 34 degrees, and I'm gonna be like, yep, that's it. See you later. But tickets were secured today. Hockey tickets were secured last night. Friday, Saturday, 2-game parlay in Chicago. I know people want to meet up. I saw you guys in the chat talking about a meetup spot. It's not that kind of trip for me. So we will be back.
Stealth mode.
We will be back.
Stealth mode.
Yeah, this is not a public trip. This is a quiet trip. But there will be time for that.
Quiet. I mean,
that'll be a quiet trip where I'm going to be. Not a lot of social media interaction. Not a lot of pictures being posted. It's a quiet trip. It's a quick.
Dark mode.
Yes, dark mode. We're going dark mode on the trip, even though I'm saying it publicly. That's where I'm going and what I'm doing. So there we go. He's Dave. I'm Matt. We're back tomorrow. It's a Thursday. Join us for BBB. We got a lot of stuff happening. Opening day tomorrow. Join us for a fun BBB.
Pee my pants.